Welcome to Twisted Blades Rogue 101 with Horto. Hello, I'm Horto, also known as Nashville Santa, aka Don Knoll. I'm an enthusiastic lifelong gamer, now 60 years old. I'm a professional Santa Claus, and that leaves me plenty of opportunity to do the pew-pew January through October. Currently, you can find me playing the new Diable 4, World of Warcraft, MTG Arena, 7 Days to Die, and a few other games on a regular basis. Today I'm going to explain why I like the Twisted Blades Rogue build so much, and describe the legendary aspects I use for the most fun in Demon Death. In Diablo 3, I played Demon Hunters typically. I admit I like the range and range DPS in a lot of games I play, but while looking at the Rogue builds on Icy Vein's website, they recommended Twisted Blades for the leveling, and I tried it, and I am now hooked on this melee build. Currently, I'm using the Icy Vein's Twisted Blade build with Shadow Imbuement for leveling, but I've been experimenting with various legendary powers that differ from some of the recommended legendaries on Icy Vein's. I'm not going to go over the build from the spending ability points perspective, as that is already covered from the website. Hit up www.icy-veins.com for that. I will at the end of the video explain what I changed after level 50 for my playstyle. I'm going to go over legendaries I use and why. I'm sure there's much room for improvement on what I have done so far. I have not spent a lot of gold changing every stat I can. I've just looked for what seems to make sense and tailor it to my playstyle. The gist of this build is to charge your Shadow Imbuement, Shadow Step through the largest mass of mobs you can, hit one with your Twisting Blades, and Shadow Step back through the mobs. You don't have to be perfect, but a good lineup of the bad guys makes them go down faster. There are Codex legendary aspects that add a lot of damage and stuns to that basic back and forth shadow stepping. So what do you do when Shadow Step is on cooldown? Easy, you evade. And to help you with that, you can find rare boots that give you the extra evades. This strategy works well with my version of this build. You will see why when I show you the legendaries I have chosen. Also, when Shadow Step is down, use Concealment to disappear, then hit for a crit when you attack next. Let's start with the legendaries, for the stabby rogue as I like to call it. On my gloves I have the penetrating shot aspect. This is your energy gainer, so you can be all stabby with the Twisted Blades energy spender. The gloves also come with 2 ranks of the Twisting Blade skill, so you can do more damage. The imprint on this legendary is one of the 2 must-haves for the build. Adding extra arrows makes your basic attacks hit more mobs. The second must-have is the Twisting Blades Orbit aspect. This is the main damage dealer for the build. If you hit a mob with Twisting Blades and Shadow Step through a group, the blades follow you fairly quickly. It takes a couple tries to get the timing down perfectly. Also, the orbit hits mobs close to you when you land. It is all big stabby fun. In this build, the bow itself is a stat stick. You don't really shoot anything in this build. The stats below the thin white line are the important ones. Anything above the line does not come into play. Note the crit gems for vulnerable enemies. This adds damage especially after you have made them vulnerable with penetrating shot. Okay, we have the primary 2 aspects. How else do you kill demons with this melee rogue? Let's start at the top and work our way down. This helm has the recurring barrier legendary aspect. It's great because it lets you stand and stab mobs without worry of taking damage until the barrier is gone. Also good for when concealment is down and you want to drink a healing potion. The ranks of Shadow Imbuement are a plus for the extra damage, and the 48 life on kill helps me stay alive while mowing down big packs. Let's get to the chest piece. My build is built for this. Grenades. Since you're using dash to move around the field, why not make it help you? And the aspect also lets you dash more. The damage and shadow damage buffs here are good for being stabby. Dazing while running away? It's all good. For our next piece, let's look at some pants. This is a new one for me, just trying it out today to see if all this moving around can get me some more life. Not a have-to legendary aspect per se, but the more life equals less deaths. I don't use the Dark Shroud, so it might be good to move this aspect if I keep it to a better statted set of pants. More ranks in concealment does shorten the cooldown, so that is nice. Socketed for more max life. Now these are the wrong boots. The legendary aspect is good, more speed, more mobs hit with the twisting blades, but I melted the ones that I had with added max dash. Looking for some yellow boots I can upgrade soon, because we know from previous legendaries dash means smoke grenade stuns. Okay, well, that's enough with pants. It's now weapon time. The ones we will use anyway. Rogues have two-bladed weapons for more stabbing. This is one of my favorite aspects because you are stealth when you use the concealment skill. You can move freely into a group of mobs and then blam, stab and stun grenades. And with this build, we do more damage to stun mobs. In general, daggers do less damage than swords, but this is a unique legendary, and it's the best in slot for Twisting Blade Rogue using combo points. It allows you to maximize damage from your Twisting Blade strikes, which is good when you're toe-to-toe with a single boss. The other stats all align with what you're doing as a melee rogue as well. I found 2 of these before I hit level 50. Go get you some condemnation. Really, best weapon I've found so far. For some bling, rings and necklaces to round out your one man or woman melee rogue death machine. The aspects on this ring causes damage around you when you cast your imbuement. It makes starting the imbuement process on nearby mobs one key click faster. Okay, an amulet here that heals you when you're near baddies. Well, you're a melee rogue, so you're going to be in close. This aspect will give you health to stab another day. The +1 to all imbuement skills and damage with 2 blades works right in with our build. It's a nice piece. Well, we had to save the best for last. Here we have it, the stun grenades when you evade or shadow step. This is awesome. This is tons of fun. This is just beautiful. Earlier we had a legendary that stun grenades where you land. This one leaves them from where you came from. Grenades, stuns of funs. Well, kiddies, I want to thank you for watching this video. Please leave me some feedback and tell me how I did. And remember, it's okay to be paranoid, because Santa is always watching.